All the content uploaded in this channel are purely for educational purposes, and one should always do own research or consult an authorized personnel for taking position in capital markets. I am not a SEBI registered financial advisor. Hello guys, how are you doing today? I hope you had a wonderful day. I am sure each one of you must have gone through the update that I have shared in the morning 10 o'clock. All right, so let's quickly look at the intraday chart. 3 minutes Nifty chart. It is available here in another window as well. What does it say? It is absolutely a bullish day, and the data that we had was evidently indicating a bullish day today. And I'm glad I shared with all of you. We shared an update in the morning by 10 o'clock around this time when the Nifty was trading around 15,085, and the high made was 220, 15,220. So it is about 0.9%. If I had to sum up, around 9%. Yep, 0.9%. That's a very decent progress, or it's a very good return somebody can extract out of this by 9%. But yeah, fair enough. It is immaterial whether you made a profit out of it or you haven't traded. But yes, what I wanted to convey is information that you have in your hand is the only indicator. Nothing else works in the market. It is not moving averages, it is not Elliott wave, or it is not GAN numbers, but it is the information which is the only indicator that works. It is a matter of how do you interpret and what kind of information you get and what are the sources for the information that you're getting is the only matter. All right, so what else? I mean, what did we discuss yesterday? So it being a Thursday or a weekly expiry day, a penultimatum expiry is what I can say. Last week before the monthly expiry is the most panic expiry trade in the entire month. So the data that we get to see is very less, or not a good number so that we can rely on. So that is the reason we could not really conclude anything, and that is the reason why I mentioned you should go with a very fresh perspective from tomorrow onwards for the last week of the trade. So I'm sure we took a very good decision to be on the positive side, on the bullish side of the trade. And if you are my regular follower, I would also want to remind you that the day before yesterday, we have already discussed about this skyrocket move. In case you missed that video, I would want you to check that video uploaded on 19th of May. Check this, and we have already discussed that the market will skyrocket either tomorrow or the day after, which is today. And it happened, and that is something that we could see only because we are interpreting the right data in the right way. All right, yeah, so you just need to have patience, and in case if you are seeing some sort of data and if market is going the other way, you have two options there to reconsider whether did you do a correct analysis research on the data, or did you miss anything, or there is a reversal. So you have to be absolutely patient for taking any of the trades in the market. So in case if it is going on the other side, you just don't need to jump into it. Let us say if we are able to see something in participant wise open interest, okay, and we are very confident about it, mind you, it will not happen the same next day. These guys who are the market players, major market players who have enough capital and systems, they are not in any rush. They have ample time, they have ample money, and they have ample patience. All right, they don't rush like you and me. They will never do that. So they will decide whether they have to play the game today or tomorrow or the next day or next week or next month. All right, as per what market is indicating us, we need to take a trade. We just don't need to be prepared with any trade before the market show you any direction. All right, just keep the plan ready. I mean, plan A, plan B should always be there, What happens if plan A, what happens if plan B. I would only suggest one thing, that you planned for plan A, and if the market is going that direction, you can do whatever position sizing you already planned. But in case if the market is going the other way and you planned for plan A, you have to cut down your position size to a minimum of 50%. All right, so that is one key input from me. Okay, so what does this say? Let's look at the daily chart, 1 day chart. This is absolutely a skyrocket that we have discussed day before yesterday, and I'm sure it is going to hit the all-time high very soon. Okay, so let's quickly dive into the BAV copy. I think there is some random changes that NSE has made here, and I'm not really clear with what these changes are. As in, this says previous price, probably open price, high price, low price, close, OHLC, and the settlement price. Net change is the percentage number of change. OI, number of contracts. So this is about the number of contracts traded, I guess. OI, number of contracts. So traded quantity. So this is traded quantity, and OI change. This is something that I am not really clear with, but for my understanding, this is the change of open interest. And if my understanding is right, this is these many contracts have been added. I mean, this many open interest has been added. Now that the direction is on the positive side, and if the open interest had added in that direction, what does this mean? I'm sure a layman can understand that the market is bullish. So okay, but let's also look at the intraday volumes by the participants and the open interest, and then we can do a final analysis and plan for the day next. So this is intraday volumes, the participant wise volumes that speak about the intraday activity, what they did. So this is the sum of long contracts on index. It is the sum of short contracts on index, and this says 13,898 contracts are traded more than the uh, long contracts. I mean, long contracts are traded more than the short contracts. So that is what we infer. So here also it is a bullish activity that we get to see, 13,898 contracts. That's a very decent number. And what does open interest say? So again, although on a positional level, if you look at it, the short contracts are more in number. That is why we see the number in minus 17,779 is the number of contracts that are more on the short side as compared to the long side. So yeah, but again, if you look at what has happened yesterday, what was the open interest yesterday by FII, and if you compare it with today, the longs are added aggressively and shorts are considerably came down. Okay, it was yesterday 52,000 or something close to it, and it is 48. I mean, some of the contracts has lost on the short side, and some are built up on the long side. So that means on a positional run, there is a scope for Nifty to run high. So we carry a bullish view. All right. So what do we get to understand from my tool? This is my wealth, this is my tool, this is my everything as long as I trade Nifty. Alright, so this is the total number of change in open interest puts. This is change in open interest calls. Calls are bought heavily, puts have been written, and if you look at the data end of the day, that is around 3:30, we get to understand very clearly that not many puts which are written are exited. Yeah, so these many number of puts are still there open in position, and these many calls are bought is what we discussed in the morning, and we discuss now as well. So let's plan for what is the game for tomorrow. All right, from whatever information that we get to see, or whatever analysis that we did from the data that we get from NSE, it is evident that the bullish positions are absolutely more in number, and Yeah, that is what we plan for tomorrow as well. Let's quickly look at the global markets. So they are not really positive, not really negative, but SGX says it is minus 48% in negative. But yeah, if I had to tell you the same point that we discussed many times in my channel, that there have been a lot of positions which are built up on the positive side, the bullish side of the trade, and if the market has to gap down and continue, they will not let it happen. Who? The market players, the major market players. All right, so if the market gaps down, do not panic at all. I am sure you will be given an opportunity to exit at fairly lower losses or at a break even. All right, so you have to be always watching out for that. Now that you are informed trader, not like any other trader, a layman trader or a new trader, you are an informed trader. You should be absolutely in control. If the market gaps down tomorrow, wait for a pullback and then exit the trade, or take new positions based on the direction or the indication of the market. All right, so watch the market very carefully and take positions slowly, patiently, and absolutely in control. And I would say a key takeaway from my channel is information is wealth. You get the right information from right source, interpret it the right way, you are the boss. Do not use any other indicator which is freely available. Ask yourself this question: if those indicators are really working good enough for making wealth for you, do you think somebody will offer it at free of cost? Think about it. I'm sure you all have the answer, but greed is the only thing that makes the difference between the successful and unsuccessful traders. All right, I hope I'm making sense. So that's about it for the day. Please plan your trade well in advance, have control on your trade, get into profits, don't get panic. Thank you so much for watching this video. I would request you all to subscribe this channel and share it among your friends, family and traders fraternity in case you like this content. Thank you so much. Bye bye.